Spencer Music here, Assistant Content Editor at Furniture Today. I'm here with Al Bolton, who's the CEO of High Point Exhibitions and the curator of the International Pavilion, is that correct? And Harry Wong, who is the CEO of the We Story. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Furniture Today news desk. So, Al, why don't you just tell me broad strokes how the international picture looks here at market? What are you seeing in terms of your exhibitors? Just give us a broad strokes look at the picture here.
Good question, Spencer, because that's on everyone's mind here at market. I guess the best way to describe it would be that the international exhibitors, the international presence mirrors basically our consumer confidence levels here in the United States. We're going through a lot of rapid change and a lot of turmoil here, especially with the presidential election. We have a conflict still in the Middle East. We have a conflict between Russia and the Ukraine. And international people are being very cautious, just like the American public's being very cautious with their spending.
What are your exhibitors looking for in terms of tapping into the U.S. market despite this uncertainty? You know, there's the factors of instability out there, but there's a lot of activity. So what do you think their approach is in the face of that uncertainty?
One of the things we learned several years ago is to help manage the expectation for the first-time international exhibitor coming to High Point. That expectation is not that you're going to see heavy traffic, you're going to see every important customer in the U.S., and that you're going to write orders. You know, those kinds of results may have existed years ago, but they don't exist that way today. Basically, the expectation for the majority of the exhibitors is to come to High Point, be exposed to the market, be exposed and learn networking of who the right people to form partnerships with, to, in many cases, become their own suppliers. When our people leave, we feel very, very confident and very satisfied that when they leave the High Point market, if they have the necessary information that they can then take back and share with their organization's ownership, they can then put together a realistic, workable business plan for selling and working in the U.S. market.
Do you see some of the uncertainty around the supply chain impacting business at all, or do you think that's baked in and factored into people's approach here?
People, especially in the home furnishings industry, have been covered with shipping, COVID, lack of supply. They've been through a great deal, especially in the last 4 to 6 years. I don't believe anything surprises them anymore. And yes, all of the negative things that are happening, all of the obstacles, they are baked into what they're doing.
Do you want to introduce Harry to us a little bit and
great.
Tell us why he's here?
Great. One of the things with the Global Sourcing Pavilion is we put together key companies that we feel have a good opportunity of entering the U.S. market. And instead of those companies making a huge investment in a permanent showroom, which is also becomes multi-year, we give them the opportunity for a one-market experience, meeting all the right people, and getting that vital information that they need to build that business plan for their company. We're honored this market to have Harry Wong, who is CEO of the We Story. We Story is a new exhibitor, first time in High Point, but they have a very interesting history in that in Asia, they are a powerhouse. They have their own retail stores that exceed over 300. So the knowledge that they're getting from those retail stores is valuable in what they produce and how they produce it and how they perform. But even more important, they have retail stores in Mexico, Canada, Southeast Asia, and even the Middle Kingdoms now. So they've taken all of that knowledge and experience and they put together a trial package for the U.S. market of how they do business, and they're showing it for the first time.
So Harry, my question to you is simple. Just tell us why High Point.
Thank you. Well, it's not the first time I've been to High Point. I mean, several years ago, I have come over to visit the show and walk around, and I found it's very interesting market here. It's one of the world leading market, one of the biggest and the best market in the world. And I mean, I've been to Milano and I've been to Cologne, and High Point is very special and different, especially for the North American market. Well, as Alfred just talked about it, we do start a little bit in the United States from the past couple years, and we want to improve ourselves and go through the market. So High Point is, of course, the first choice of our show. Yeah, and we are so exciting. And the reason why we are the We Story, the name of the We Story behind, is because about 8 years ago, we had a conversation and discussion with our designer team from Italy, and they are very exciting about our concept that we want to introduce some good furniture to the world. And so we comes out the name of We. It can mean from the west coast to the east coast. People all looking for the good furniture and family life, as furniture is a part of very key important thing in our family. Our kids play around on the sofa, and we're sitting on the sofa, crouching in, watching movies. Yes, and so that's why, yeah.
And so is the Global Sourcing Pavilion a good partner for you as you try to accomplish those goals, and why are you working with the Global Sourcing Pavilion?
Yes, for sure. It's been a very good and massive building at here for the global sourcing market. And Mr. Bolton actually supported us a lot for all the exhibitions and paperwork, preparations, locations, everything. And I'm sure everyone knows location and a good booth, how important it is. And global sourcing is very great, been supporting us so much in the past few months. And for sure, the next market and later on, we will join again.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and best wishes for a successful market for the We Story. And thank you so much, Al. Be sure to stay tuned to Furniture Today and the rest of our sister publications for more coverage here throughout the week at market. It's been Spencer Music, and have a great, successful market.